Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. We're going to jump right in and we're going to talk about how do you keep track of your video information? How do you do that? Y'all know my description box is chock full of information, general information, basic information, links, codes, disclaimers, playlist links that's relevant to that video, videos of interest if there's something I'm talking about that relates to another video I did. And I always say there's a lot of information down there. A link to subscribe, which you can subscribe just watching a video. There's a link if you want to see what the perks are for joining the channel membership. But how do you keep track of all of that? Or do you not? Or do you not have anything in your description box? So I'm going to share with you what I do to keep track of my video information. And hopefully some of what I say will give you something to think about and may make it easier for you if you do want to have more information in your description box. And so I have a Word document. I have a lot of Word documents because I am a very organized person, but I have one that's called video information. And I do just usually keep it open, but I'll just, shrink it down because I do videos almost every day, which means I'm editing almost every day. And so what I do is for each video, I put the title, and I usually put it in bold so I don't overlook it. I put the date that I filmed that video, and then I put the date that I scheduled the video. So all of this stuff stays until the video airs, and then that information gets deleted. Well, today I'm batch filming. I'll be doing 4 videos today. And so I do pre-film, and sometimes I batch film, and I'll go ahead and schedule videos, and so they're there. And so I'll keep them in the document until they air, and then I'll delete it because that'll just be a reminder to me if I happen to just look through the list. I'm like, oh yeah, that one's airing, next week or whatever, even though it's in my calendar as well. And I have an Excel document that I put the date something is scheduled for, the day and the time and the title. So if I just want to look up something really quick, I can either look in that or look at my phone. I got stuff everywhere. But this is the Word document of video information. So I have the title, the date I filmed it, and then the date that I schedule it. And then at the top of this form, I call it a template because it doesn't change. There's the introduction. Like if you look in my description box, you'll see what the channel is about, what we do. Underneath of that, you'll see playlist of interest, or it might be playlist / video of interest if I add a particular video. And underneath of that, I'll put whoever I mentioned in that video, and I'll put their link. And then I have my codes, my links, and then at the very bottom, I have a disclaimer. The introduction, playlist, mentions, codes, and disclaimer only changes when whatever playlist I put in, if I mention someone, that'll change. The disclaimer doesn't change. The links and codes doesn't change. Sometimes I will delete some from the default in my YouTube studio if it's not relevant to that video, or if it's something I haven't used or mentioned in that video. And so that's something else you can do too, is go into your settings, and where it says upload defaults, you can put all of that stuff in, your introduction, the playlist, and just leave it blank, so then you can just copy and paste in your playlist, your mentions, and then if you mention someone, you put their tag in, and if you don't, just delete mentions, and all of your codes and links and the disclaimer are already there. And that helps me a lot because I don't have to type in all of that stuff every time. I don't have to copy and paste it in every time because it's already in my defaults. You see what I'm saying? And so if you've watched one of my live streams before I edited the description box, you'll see what I mean. Playlist of interest, there's no playlist. If it says mention, there is no mention. And the tags will still be the same. And so then I'll go through and edit that. But even if I forget, there's still a lot of information there. And if you want to keep that template in a separate document, you can do that, especially if you have a lot of codes and a lot of links. And I do have them in my phone, in the memo function in my phone. And so say Fenty is having a sale, I'll screenshot, 40% off site-wide, whatever, and I'll put that on my community tab, and then I'll go to my memo and just copy my Fenty code and then paste that onto my community tab, and then I'll put in parentheses affiliated. And so that's an easy way to just have all of your codes and links in one place, instead of, oh, such and such is having to sell, and then you have to go find or create a code. If you already keep a list of them, they're already there. And if you do a lot of stuff on your phone, if you have it in a separate memo in your phone, that's already there. And it's also on my laptop in a video document too. So if I'm doing stuff from my laptop, I just still copy and paste. If I'm on my phone, I just copy and paste. And so I do hope this is making sense, because I'm kind of feeling like I'm all over the place. But definitely have in your settings under default, your introduction, a place to plug in your playlists, your mentions, your codes and links and disclaimers, because the only thing that's going to change is plugging in a playlist and who you mention. The introduction stays the same, the codes and links stay the same, and your disclaimer stays the same. And so you will not have to type that in every single time if you put it in your default. And so those are just, things that I do that help me. I don't want to say edit, but in a way, yes, because I am editing the description box just to plug in the playlist or video, or if I mention someone, but the other stuff is already there. And also I have a template for when I do giveaways. And so I don't have to think, okay, number one, be subscribed, number two, I already have it out. And the only things, I already have it written out. So the only things I need to edit is the end date, and when they need to contact me by, and I'll write down what the prize is, because sometimes I have so many giveaways going on. I'm like, okay, which one is this? What video is that one? Okay, wait, what's the prize? And so it just helps me to just stay more organized, to already have that information written down so that I can look back on it. And once that giveaway is over, that information for that video gets deleted, but the template is still there for the next giveaway, and I just copy and paste it where it needs to go in the document. And so if you put stuff in your defaults, in your settings, it'll be a lot easier instead of trying to scramble for codes or wording your disclaimer every single video. But I do suggest this though. If you do have it in your default, check it. Check your links, because sometimes links are broken, and I found that out the hard way, that if the entire link isn't lit, if they click on it, you will not get credit for it. And so for one of your videos, just go into it like you're a regular viewer and just open your description box and just look to see if all the links are showing up, and if they're all lit up, because if they are, it's all good. And if not, then you need to go back into your defaults and fix it so that it will show up, because the purpose of putting links and codes is we want people to use them, but for it to count, it needs to be showing up the proper way. So that's something to do too, is just to check and make sure everything is showing up the way you want it to show up, so that it can be clickable and it will apply to your account with whatever brand it is. And so I am like seriously sweating. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if this made sense. Let me know if you do any of these things, or if you just do a video and you just do a description. Thanks for being here today. We're using Lancome Lashy Doll Mascara, and that's it. That's in your description box. And even if you don't have links and things like that, I do think it's a good idea to still have your upload part done, because as time goes on, if you start to get busier, or when you start to get links and codes, you'll already have the foundation there, and you can just plug in the information. So that'll kind of be it for this video. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if it helps you. And if you don't do videos, let me know if you're like, damn, that's a lot of stuff. Because it is. And it helped me a lot to save time having that Word document, and to have the giveaway template, and to have stuff in the upload section for my videos in my YouTube studio. It helped me a lot, because while the video is uploading to YouTube, that's when I'm in the description box doing things. And so we're multitasking. While it's uploading, I'm plugging stuff in, plugging the thumbnail, add the playlist in, and the end screens and stuff like that. And so it doesn't take a lot of time, because sometimes it may take 5 minutes for a short video to upload to YouTube. If it's a longer video, did I say YouTube's? Probably. If it's a longer video, it might be 15 minutes. You can get all that other stuff done in that 15 minutes instead of just setting it to upload and then go do something else, and then you got to come back. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my suggestion is get as much done while you're sitting there as you can. So when you walk away, it uploads, everything is done. You don't have to worry about putting in links. You don't have to worry about putting in playlists. You don't have to worry about putting in, end screens or iCards or any of that stuff. And so I am hoping this will help you if you do videos to just maximize your productivity while you're doing videos, and also how to keep track of information, because it can be a lot. If you do as much content as I do, and even Bestie, she does way more than me, there has to be a system where you're just going to just be like overwhelmed, or your description box will just be empty. And me, I do read people's description boxes, even though I know a lot of people don't. So that'll be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on this, and what is your system? When you do videos and upload, do you keep track of stuff or you don't? Do you just schedule it and forget about it? Do you add stuff in your, description box, or do you just leave it blank? Or do you have a disclaimer or not? Like, what is your process? And I'm asking this question so that we can help each other out. People who are watching, people who do read comments, like, this isn't just me sitting here talking, but just to offer some ideas based on what works for me, which will not work for everybody, but asking you, like, what works for you, because something you say, somebody else may be like, oh, I'm gonna try that. You know what I'm saying? And so let's help each other out to be more productive in what we're doing here on YouTube. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. So, as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.